officially signal the end of the Kansas City Chiefs dynasty?
Nope.
No.
Nope.
No.
Nope.
Mark?
No, I mean, they can still this annoys me because they can still make the playoffs. And if the Chargers stumble, they play the Chargers. I still think they can make the playoffs and make noise. I'm going to say no.
So here's why I say no. Is the quarterback retiring or something?
No.
Is something going on with Patrick Mahomes that I don't know about?
Is the first phase of the Chiefs dynasty over?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah,
okay. Can you agree with that, Mark?
Yes,
Even if they can,
it's over.
Even
Yes.
if they can sneak into the playoffs still,
Nope.
and make noise. Even if they do that, they're not going to do anything, right?
Correct.
Like, is that right?
That's correct.
So the first phase of the Chiefs dynasty is over,
Correct. Yes.
and who knows if they ever get it back? But it's over for now.
Yes. I would say that. Yes.
Do you think Patriots fans are more interested in that, or the fact that Mahomes is now not going to be in their way? What's a bigger story for Patriots fans?
The first thing.
Dancing on the grave of the Chiefs?
Yes.
Well, then why would you be upset if they're out of the – then why would you be glad that they're out of the playoffs and you don't have to face them? Do you see what I'm saying?
Of course, yes.
Those things aren't exactly congruous, Mark. Do you understand what I mean? You have a puzzled look on your face, but think about that. Yeah, see, the Chiefs suck. I knew it. They suck. They're not the Pats. Hey, we don't have to face Mahomes. Those things are not consistent. You see what I mean? If they suck, if they're not the Patriots, and this proves it, then why would you be worried about facing them in the postseason?
Okay, but you just said which one of those are things, which one of those things are Patriots fans concerned with? I think they're more concerned with the dynasty than they are getting by the Chiefs. That's why they're reacting the way they're reacting.
But you know what I mean. But anyway.
I don't know if that makes sense. But the, look, again, celebrate it all you want. They're probably out of the way. So was Baltimore. So was Cincinnati. There were a lot of dominoes that have toppled here in recent weeks. And so, yeah, but to answer your question, yes, the first phase of the Chiefs dynasty is over. I think the Patriots had a similar dynamic, maybe not quite as dramatic or as bad. They didn't miss the playoffs when theirs ended, unless you count 2008. I mean, but to me, it came later than that. So, to me, it's really all about whether the Chiefs have a second act.
Who do you blame for the demise of the dynasty, Dundero?
I blame Patrick Mahomes
You
first
blame
and foremost.
Patrick Mahomes first and foremost.
He's the quarterback. He's the most important figure in the entire organization. Obviously, super talented, obscenely talented, but I just feel like this is not – I disagree with what Mazz just said. This is not how the Patriots went down. They went down because of Brady's injury and because the culture had to change because he wasn't there for a year, and then it took him a whole year to build it back up. And when they did build it back up, he was back and he was humming and it was Brady. This is a little more inexplicable because Mahomes looks, he's average. This is an average quarterback this entire year.
Did you watch the game yesterday? And I don't mean to be snarky
Well,
about that.
I mean,
I'm just curious.
yes,
I mean,
he was below average last night.
You think so?
I do mean
What do you
to
mean
be.
that? I think so. He had 0 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. He looked
How many drops?
4.
So you saw the drops. I mean, when he was coming back and was trying to do the thing in the fourth quarter, his guys kept dropping the ball, right?
I get it, but overall, he just has been, and I just think it speaks more to, and I've wondered this, we just didn't have the answers because they were winning. How good is he in terms of holding guys accountable? The Jordan Brady thing, where he just is up your tail every day, holding them to a standard and keeping that urgency front and center. And I don't know how involved he was in that. Obviously the talent was there, and Reed and the schemes and the players and all that. But is he in their face every day to make sure that they are staying at the highest possible standard?
You don't think
and
so?
Not dropping. I don't think so.
That they got just the superstaritis and all that thing, and it went to their heads, and the pop stars and Kelsey and that whole thing, that Mahomes, unlike Brady, didn't get in there and keep the train on the tracks.
They're going to miss the playoffs. If they miss the playoffs in a year that Baltimore's down, in a year that Joe Burrow's not around, they're going to miss the playoffs this year? Yeah, I put it on Mahomes and his inability to keep everybody fired up.
I don't.
High standard.
Yeah, I don't.
But listen, when you're gunning for Tom Brady, you should be held to the highest of high standards.
Absolutely. Yeah, look, again, but I don't Mahomes is part of it. I'm not saying, how could he not be? But in the same breath, I'll tell you that, do you really think that Brady was humming again after a 2008 injury and that he was humming?
2010, it took him a year to get the culture reestablished. 2009 was awful because he was gone for a year and Bill was lost. Okay? 2009, they get it back at the end. 2010, they're back.
Okay.
14-2.
Okay, and then 11, 12, and 13, his passer rating went down all 3 years, and in 2013, his rating was under 90. He had a passer rating of 87 and change, I think it was, in 2013.
And then what happened, Darryl?
He did drag them
And
to
then
the
what
Super
happened
Bowl
after
in 2013?
2013? All goes back to the same place with Mazz. What happened after 2013?
They got back to the Super Bowl.
No, but what happened in the spring of 2014? Mazz?
They drafted Jimmy Garoppolo.
They drafted his replacement.
Oh, okay.
And then all of a sudden, light dawned over Marblehead, and the guy who had stopped holding everyone accountable, including himself, by the way, because his rating in 2013, and I love how people conveniently leave this part out, his rating that season was 87.3.
Where do you live? Those
California.
years? Brentwood. Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
He had completely checked, and not completely checked out.
Strong?
That's not fair. No, and that's why I'm withdrawing it, because it's strong.
Your Honor, we'd like to immediately withdraw that from the
So,
transcript.
I take that back. I would like to withdraw.
He had,
But
by
he
his
was-
standards, kind of checked out.
Yes, he was starting to fade a little, or starting to lose interest a little, or whatever. And Bill saw it, and Bill drafted Garoppolo, and Brady didn't like it, and he got pissed off, and then he ended up giving him another 6 years. And so, now from that, and it looked good for Brady for responding to it. A lot of guys at that stage of their careers would have said, you know what, I have nothing to prove. F you. I'm going to live my life. I'm going to cash my checks. You can go pound sand. Brady took it personally and then played like it. So that is good. But I am in no way ready to write off Patrick Mahomes yet. Now, Travis Kelce's a different story.
Oh, yeah, he's done.
And I wasn't doing that. I'm not writing off Patrick Mahomes. I don't look. The whole Brady was still he was still produced. I mean, they didn't come close to missing the playoffs in 2013. 2011, he drags them to the Super Bowl. The passer rating might have been down. That was still the same guy. I understand. He wasn't winning the parking space anymore. He was, there were.
And then they drafted Garoppolo, and he started winning the parking space again. Moved back here.
Okay.
Like it's like I just.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that general narrative is. I'm with Mazz. I mean,
It's under discussed.
I'm sorry.
That's under discussed. The drafting of Jimmy Garoppolo. Is that a
Not here. It's
genius?
not in Mazz world. It's not. It's like a central. It's a central
Theme.
It's a gravitational pull at everything.
Not for
In
Belichick. That was a great move.
Darryl, the real story is that Jimmy Garoppolo saved the Patriots.
I mean, I guess if
but
you want
that
to take
is-
it down here, let's
so,
go.
So listen, I think there's a similar thing there with Mahomes, and Brady was not totally checked out, but he won the guy that was winning the parking spaces. Like that's a I think a illustrative way to say it. He didn't even live here in the offseason. Okay, he went back to California in the off seasons with Giselle, and that's where they first wanted to live and tried to settle. And the results were good, but they weren't what they were in the first part of the dynasty. As Bill said, we all know Tom's age and contract situation. He could have added. He's not even around here in the offseason. And so he drafted, and I think that goosed everybody. So, I think Patrick Mahomes, it's not totally congruous because I don't know where he trains, but I don't know if he trains. Like, Mahomes is going to have to show that second half of his career thing that Brady showed.
Definitely.
And that's what it's all going to come to. It's all going to come to that. And I don't know if it's from an external thing like they did here with Garoppolo, or it comes internally, or what. But it's just going to get harder, and it's just going to take more from him. And he's not someone that I think obviously trains all that hard, because his lumpy dad bod is something that he jokes about himself.
Yes.
And if you want to win at that level, deep into your 30s, you just can't get away with it. I don't think. And so he's going to have that too. Not that you care, or I guess you do care, but not your problem now. So that's one of the things that we're going to talk about. The demise. Oh, by the way, to this point, you can still make the argument that the Chiefs are still ahead of you in terms of their dynasty. I know Vin has a graphic for you. I just looked it up quickly. Through the first 8 years of Brady and Mahomes, first 8 years. Now, this is both Brady and Mahomes sat out their first year. Okay, so it's not their first 8 years. It's their first 8 years as being a starter. And Brady's 8th year, he was hurt. This includes 2008. This is from 01 through 08. Brady got hurt in 08. So It doesn't totally add up. Mahomes has also missed games in here, but not a full season like Brady. But just through the first 8 years of their respective dynasties, they both have 3 championships. The Chiefs went to 5 Super Bowls. You went to 4. The Chiefs went to 7 conference title games. You went to 5. The Chiefs won 7 division titles. You won 6. Mahomes' record over those first 8, 94-30. That's a 758 winning percentage in the regular season. 17-4. That's an 810 winning percentage in the postseason. Brady's record, 86-24, a 781 winning percentage, greater than Mahomes, and a postseason record of 14-3. That's an 824 winning percentage, greater than Mahomes. Over the first 8 years, who had a better run?
I'd say Mahomes by a half a step.
And I'm not even saying Mahomes. Chiefs or Patriots?
Chiefs.
Chiefs.
By a half step.
Chiefs. They won the same amount of championships. They went to more Super Bowls. They won more divisions. And again, Brady getting hurt in 08 is, like, that's obviously a mitigating factor. So as Casey now has to hit the reset button and see if they have a second chapter, as Brady and the Patriots had a second chapter, this is where it stands. It's really damn close.
It is. It's very
I mean, just statistically, the scoreboard's really close.
Well, and that's why I say a half step, because I don't even want to give it a full step. And I give it a half step only because the Chiefs have gone to more Super Bowls, and, they went 5-4. But they won the same number, which is really the ultimate benchmark. It's all about the championships. So, at the end of the day, it's all but a dead heat, but I'll give a slight nod to Kansas City just because of the extra Super Bowl appearance.
Of more immediate concern, Patrick Mahomes, for all intents and purposes, is out. Joe Burrow is out. Lamar Jackson is out across the AFC, and you're the number 1 seed. What an opportunity this is for the Patriots.
Unbelievable.